What do you want to be remembered for? I hope you want to be remembered as a grinder. Someone who fights their way through all the things that they go through.
Hey J Nation, welcome to the video. It's your boy L. First things first, before I even get to the topic about the video, check out the little box that should be appearing on the screen right now. The box will lead you to my second channel. My second channel is a vlogging channel, so be sure to check it out. Go ahead and if you like it, subscribe to it. It would mean so much to me. But on to the topic of today's video, how to get paid to play video games. And why did I just join up on a triple Oh man, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. But hopefully this gameplay isn't bad. If this gameplay is bad, I swear, let this game, come on, Harambe, let this game be good. Thank you. I can work with it. I can work with it. Alright, but on to the topic of today's video. How to get paid to play video games. The first thing I want to come talk to you guys about before, I even start discussing the ways is, one, to get paid to do anything, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, it requires skill. You have to have a certain skill that people want to see or people like for you to get paid to do whatever you're trying to do. So with this being said, I'm not trying to be a douche, but if you're gonna get paid to play video games, either you gotta have a talent in it, you gotta have a talent in, whatever you do when playing the game. Even if you play the game and you absolutely suck, but you scream and it makes everybody laugh, have a talent in that. Be talented at screaming your freaking cheeks off, because you have to have a talent in whatever you're doing. There's literally no way you can get paid and with whatever you're trying to do without having a talent. And I'm not trying to be a douche, I'm not trying to say a dick, but I'm just gonna be real with you guys today. You gotta have a talent. So, don't be mad at me about anything. I'm just saying the ways you can get paid, and that's it. Okay? Okay, guys? Alright. But, okay. On to it. The first way you can get paid, this is actually the first way I just started to get paid to play video games. It was back when I had my first YouTube channel. I had got paid to advertise. Now, you're probably like, advertise? What? How do you get paid to advertise? Now, when I say advertise, yes, I did get paid to advertise a certain product every time I played a video game. Now, this went into more depth, and why are you in a corner? But this went into more depth as such as I would, talk to everybody after I played the game and, advertise, what type of controller I had, what brand of controller, and, the more people that came and checked out the site from my link, I would get paid off of that. Now, basically, that's like a sponsorship. That's like an old way of doing it. But that's how I got paid to play video games when I first started playing video games. It depends on what type of organization you're in. It depends on what company you're under. It has a lot of depending factors. Don't just expect to hit up Battle Beaver or Scuff Gaming and oh well, I'm gonna get it paid, because now it's more like discount codes and stuff like that, and whoever uses your discount code, or however many people will use your discount code, you get paid off of that. Now, that's way different than what I'm talking about. And that requires a substantial amount. You either have to be a pro gamer, big YouTuber, or a big Twitch streamer. So don't expect to just be able to do that off of just random. I was able to do that through connections and meeting and knowing people. It was honestly not particularly due to my own skill. It was just I got very lucky at that fact, and I'll completely own up about that. Now, the second way you get paid to play video games, and this is gonna seem like, oh well shit, we all knew this. Become a professional gamer. When I say that, don't expect to get paid millions of bucks just because you're a professional gamer. That is something that I gotta be real with you. Where's my teammates, man? Where is my teammates? But don't expect to get paid millions off of being a professional gamer. Most professional gamers nowadays have their own YouTube channel, have their own Twitch streams, because of the simple fact that they do not make enough money off of just the pure fact of being a gamer. Being a pure professional gamer does not earn you enough revenue to make a good substantial amount of living off of. So don't expect, okay, well, I finally made it. I'm finally a Call of Duty pro. Now, I can pay all my bills off of just playing Call of Duty every day. That's not a realistic factor, and I'm just gonna be real with you. That is kind of not smart, because what happens when the day comes when you can't compete? That's what a lot of people don't think of. They say, oh, when I'm 80, I'll still be competing. No, I mean, a lot of the 20-year-olds now, competitive whatever, have been retiring. So, I mean, you really got to think about it. There will come a point in time where you're going to have to retire, or you're just not going to be at the top level of your at competing anymore. That was so hard to say. I don't know why that was so hard to say. But these are all factors in the competitive gaming scene. Okay, third way you can get paid to play video games. And when I say this, I want to go ahead and address this now, so before I get beat up in the comments. This isn't just only playing video games, but I mean, these are ways via video games, like you can play video games and get paid. These are not only video game ways. YouTube. Now, if you grind hard enough and you work hard enough and you gain those followers and subscribers and fans that enjoy and love your videos, YouTube will get to the point where they will pay you for your content. Your content has now become big and good enough for YouTube to the point that they will pay you to make YouTube videos on whatever you're doing, whether that's playing the game, whether that's, I don't know, whatever you're doing, gameplay videos, whatever you enjoy, whatever you're doing, they will get to the point where they can pay you for it, but that does not come without a grind. You have to grind to get to that point. You have to do a lot of stuff to get to that point. And that brings me to a topic that I want to discuss before I even go into the fourth. Now, if you're not grinding while you're doing this, if you're not spending a lot of time in doing this, if you just, okay, well, every time I hop on the game, I just want to get paid. I'm sorry, that does not exist. That does really not exist unless you're a game tester. But even if you were a game tester, you have to have a certain skill, a certain, something that makes you to the point where you're a game tester. I mean, a lot of people think like, okay, hey, well, I just got a high school, or, I'm a high school kid, I could be a game tester, why not, But here's what a lot of people don't think about. To be a game tester, you have to have knowledge of why a game lags, what type of, for example, say for instance, that screen on how it does. Say I got a lot of console lag, and a lot of you guys probably won't know the difference between console lag and internet lag. And the difference between console lag is it'll be jittery, it's not like you're just moving back and forth lag. It's just like jittery, really jittery. And the thing about being a game tester is you have to know whether it's the game's fault for this lag or whether it's a console's fault. That's stuff that game testers do. They test the game to see why things are the way they are. What's going wrong with the game, Okay, well, this wasn't smooth in the game, How do we make this smooth, feel like real life motion? How do we make this feel what's the word? I can't think of the word. Just, like everything flows. That's the best way I can say it. I couldn't think of the word there, but I'm just gonna go with the word flows. Like everything flows, everything feels good in the game. That's what game testers go for. That's what game testers test their games for. That's why to become a game tester, it's very limited. They only real stuff. They only hire game testers that are within the company that are making the game. So to become a game tester, you really have to have something on your plate to offer. Some type of knowledge, some type of skills, or something on your plate to offer. So that's just one of the ways that, that's a really high up way to get paid to play games, but that's a way. Last but not least, I was about to say second, I feel pretty stupid. The fourth way to get paid to play video games, Twitch streaming. Now, the reason I wanted to go ahead and explain that you have to be on your grind. You have to continually grind. You have to, be on your stuff to get paid to play video games, is because being a Twitch streamer is all about consistency. You will start off and you will grind and you will get 0 to 5 to whatever views you start off at. Whatever you start off at, you will start. And I regardless who you are, you could be, Nade Shot from Optic, you could be Optic Scumpy, I mean, you could be anybody. From wherever you start grinding from, you will always see this consistent trend. You will literally have yourself in the stream and yourself only at the beginning point. And I'm not trying to say it as, you have no fans or nothing, but what I'm saying when I say this is that when you first start off grinding, you can't expect people to, be there viewing you consistently. You can't expect to have that consistent fan base. You can't expect to have, a million people come and checking you out, and that's the reality about it. So when you're Twitch streaming, you have to be about the grind. You have to throw out a schedule. You have to lay it out so that people, oh, okay, this dude has a schedule. This dude will be streaming at 4 p.m. today, every day. Every Sunday, this dude's gonna be streaming from 4 p.m. I'm gonna come check him out every Sunday at 4 p.m. That's how you build your fan base. That's how you get to the point where a fan base consecutively wants to come and check you out. Not consecutively, continuously. Can't talk. Sorry, it's really early in the morning. But that's how you get to that point. And then once you get to the point where you're getting hundreds and hundreds of views, you can get Twitch partnered, and that will give you a revenue for every time someone subscribes to your channel. So basically what I'm saying is, to get paid to play video games, you have to be about your stuff. You have to be about your grind. You have to have a certain skill, whether you make funny videos, whether you make gameplay videos, whether you make informational videos, whether you do Twitch streaming, whether you advertise the shit out of a controller, a mouse, another controller, a monitor, for all sake. You have to be about it. You have to be about the grind. You have to constantly let people know this monitor is the best monitor in the world. Or, check out my video. You just have to keep grinding, keep it up continuously, and keep being about your skill. So with that being said, I went over the ways you can get paid to play video games. I will have more videos like this up on my channel. More videos like the setup you need for YouTube, for making YouTube videos. Just if you're a gamer, a quick, easy setup. Not the most expensive setup, but a setup so that you can make YouTube videos. 2, I will be making a video on Twitch streaming, a setup so that you can get your Twitch stream out there so that you guys can stream and everything else. And last but not least, I will be making videos on how to build your fan base. But while I'm saying all this, I want you guys to know, it's not as if I'm big or anything. I'm small, and you guys see that from my channel. But the one thing that I do want to say is that I do have a game plan, and I'm starting to make a schedule, and I'm starting to be about my grind. And that's what is the factor, and a lot of how these kids have blown up, a lot of how these people have gotten big, is you have to be about your grind. So with that being said, without God, I am nothing. J Nation, stay strong, never give up. And if you like this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment down below, and please subscribe. And that's all I gotta say, yos. J Nation, stay strong. Peace.